Leonard, prepare to be humbled and weep at the glory of my genius.
Before nerd culture exploded everywhere, The Big Bang Theory made physics and comic books the center of primetime laughs. Yet beneath all those bazingas lurk secrets, quirks, and production twists most fans never caught. Brace yourself for 15 of the strangest facts about the show you think you know, counting all the way to number 1. Number 1. Leonard Nimoy's DNA really guest starred. Let's go back to that holiday episode of The Big Bang Theory in 2008, when Penny hands Sheldon a napkin bearing Leonard Nimoy's autograph. Sheldon, ever the delightful nerd, swoons because Nimoy didn't just sign. It turns out he actually wiped his mouth on that napkin for real. The show's prop team had Nimoy dab his lips on the napkin before sending it to set, ensuring it carried his real DNA. This wasn't just sitcom make-believe, but a perfect blend of science fiction legend and TV fandom. Nimoy, Spock himself from the iconic Star Trek, left a literal trace on the geekiest show of its era. Fans who remember Sheldon's breathless gratitude, "I possess the DNA of Leonard Nimoy," now know it wasn't just acting. The episode aired in December 2008, cementing a meeting point of generations, Star Trek past and geek sitcom present. The laughter, the gasp, the giddy wave of nostalgia. Sometimes truth is stranger and sweeter than fiction, drawing every detail a little closer to home. Number 2. The Cheesecake Factory is a real workplace tie-in. Smell that sweet swirl of cheesecake and coffee? Early episodes of The Big Bang Theory often found Penny, played by Kaley Cuoco, clocking in shifts at the Cheesecake Factory. But it was never just a sitcom coincidence. Behind the scenes, real executives from the actual chain worked directly with the show's producers in 2007 to hammer out cross-promotions and subtle product placements. Those scenes of Penny in her striped uniform did more than fill airtime. Each close-up boosted the Cheesecake Factory brand coast to coast. The restaurant's recognizable decor and logo-dotted napkins appeared naturally, so audiences hardly noticed they were watching a living commercial. For millions, Penny became the friendly face of the company. The arrangement gave the show a relatable, middle America hangout spot, while quietly making viewers crave their next slice of red velvet. As the series matured and Penny moved on from waitressing, those Cheesecake Factory scenes remained a sweet slice of nostalgia, forever tied to the show's early DNA. Next up, another secret hiding in plain sight, waiting for its close-up. Number 3. Apartment number 4A is an Easter egg. On the show's familiar Pasadena landing, there's more to that 4A than meets the eye. The number glowing beside Sheldon and Leonard's apartment door is no accident. Co-creator Chuck Lorre has quietly woven his lucky number 4 throughout his work for decades, and labeling their home 4A was a subtle tribute to this long-time superstition. The set. Designers went the extra mile, planting tiny Easter eggs like this on stairwell wall art and fridge magnets for those fans willing to look beyond the laugh track. Attentive viewers can spot comic books with issue numbers aligning to the number 4 and other sly progressions scattered throughout each season. For diehards, it's these playfully cryptic details that make reruns feel like a scavenger hunt, even years after the show's 2007 debut. It just proves that on The Big Bang Theory, even an apartment number is part of the story, making the set itself feel like a character and reminding viewers that luck has a place in genius. With each reveal, you realize just how much more there is to discover. Number 4. Rauch's Selective Muteness was a producer's gag. Remember Rajesh Kuthrapali, the astrophysicist who became famously tongue-tied whenever a woman entered the room? For the first 6 seasons of The Big Bang Theory, Raj's inability to speak to women, unless under the influence of alcohol, became a running joke. It was a gag crafted by the show's writers, designed to mine those painfully awkward silences and nervous side-eyes that always left viewers squirming and laughing in equal measure. Kunal Nair brought the bit to life, acting out Raj's bashful panic in scenes with Penny, Amy, or Bernadette. The muteness wasn't just for laughs. It offered a sharp contrast to the blustery confidence of characters like Howard. By season 7, though, the show let Rauch and the joke finally evolve. Suddenly, Rauch could speak to women sober, and viewers watched him stumble, flirt, and find awkward new ways to connect. It was a rite of passage, both for the character and the series, proof that sometimes even sitcom quirks, and the people who play them, can find their own voice. Number 5. Howard's mom was voiced on set with a bullhorn. You always heard the voice, but you never saw her face. Howard Wolowitz's mom on The Big Bang Theory managed to steal every scene without ever appearing on camera. The secret was Carol Ann Susie, a veteran character actress who belted out those unforgettable lines, often at a deafening volume. To make her off-screen presence extra powerful, the producers gave Susie a bullhorn, letting her literally shout from backstage during live tapings. This choice added a hilarious boom to her motherly and sometimes overbearing yells, keeping Howard perpetually in his awkward man-child shell. From the first episode in 2007, Mrs. Wolowitz was as much a character as anyone you saw on screen, thanks to that bellowing delivery. Her voice filled the apartment, bounced around Sheldon's nervous quirks, and became its own source of punchlines. Even though fans never caught a glimpse, her presence was unmissable. Sometimes the characters we never see end up being the ones we remember most. Let's see what other behind-the-scenes quirks shaped this unforgettable sitcom. Let's pause for a second. Did Howard's mom crack you up without ever showing her face? Which other unseen TV characters made an impression on you growing up? Drop your favorite in the comments, and let's compare notes. Number 6. Melissa Rauch made up Bernadette's voice. The first time you hear Bernadette's sugar-sweet, high-pitched voice cutting through the chatter on The Big Bang Theory, it's unforgettable. That unique sound wasn't in the script. It was pure Melissa Rauch creativity. Inspired by her mom's own vibrant and animated tone, Rauch deliberately crafted Bernadette's signature squawk, a careful blend of comedy and family tribute. When she joined the cast in the third season, slipping seamlessly into the world of nerds and geniuses, Bernadette's voice became an instant calling card, setting her character apart in every group scene. The pitch was so distinctive, even casual viewers could spot Bernadette from just a few syllables. In interviews, Rauch admitted she modeled the character's inflections on the most familiar voice from childhood dinners, her mother's. That small vocal gamble helped earn her a permanent role and gave the show another layer of comedic flavor. Maybe you can still hear it echoing in your head. A sound by design, as singular as Bernadette herself. Next up, let's uncover another curious twist from the set. Number 7. The elevator's breakdown saved money. Think back to every time Sheldon, Leonard, and Penny trekked up those staircase landings, sharing secrets and hauling takeout. The out-of-order elevator in The Big Bang Theory was more than a punchline. It was stagecraft genius. Instead of building multiple apartment set locations, producers kept the elevator broken, requiring characters to huff and puff up flights of stairs. This cut down on expensive set builds and kept scenes visually fresh with just a change of hallway lighting or a new prop on a landing. From the very first season in 2007, the elevator became a core part of the gang's routine and our laughter. By the time the elevator finally got fixed in the 12th season, it had been out of commission for nearly the entire run, cementing its place among television's best inside jokes. That walk up 3 flights became part of the show's comic rhythm, and for fans, a ritual as familiar as the knock-knock-knock of Sheldon at Penny's door. It's proof that a little TV magic can be both budget-friendly and unforgettable. Number 8. Soft Kitty is stolen from Australia. A gentle sing-song refrain lingers in your memory. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. It became a comfort anthem on The Big Bang Theory, especially in the moments Sheldon Cooper craved a soothing ritual. But the origins of this beloved lullaby aren't Hollywood at all. Long before Jim Parsons breathed life into the habit, this tune came from the distant airwaves of 1930s Australia. Back then, the lyrics existed as Warm Kitty, broadcast for children on Australian radio. The melody and sweet simplicity crossed decades and oceans before landing in Sheldon's routine. Its inclusion in the series from its earliest seasons added a layer of quirky vulnerability to his otherwise scientific edge. This wasn't just a random script find. It linked viewers to nostalgia, childhood, and a universal longing for comfort. As you hear those familiar words, it's hard not to imagine an entire Australian generation soothed by the same gentle song. The next time nostalgia washes over you, know that comfort can come from the most unexpected corners of the world. Number 9. Kaley Cuoco broke her leg off screen. Coffee cups, magazines, the kitchen counter. Suddenly, Penny had a favorite place to sit. In 2010, Kaley Cuoco, who played the lovable Penny, broke her leg in a freak horseback riding accident. The injury forced her into surgery and made walking impossible for weeks. But the show had to go on. Instead of writing her out, the writers got clever. For 2 episodes in season 4, Penny simply vanished. Then, when she returned, every scene found her tucked behind a countertop, perched on the couch, or artfully hidden with a prop. If you watch carefully, you'll spot the clever camera work and staging designed to keep her immobilized leg out of frame. It was a seamless bit of sitcom magic, proving that sometimes what you don't see is just as important as what you do. As viewers, we barely missed a beat. And the laughter rolled on, even when the star was sidelined by real life. Some TV fixes you never forget, even if you didn't notice them at first. Number 10. Sheldon's shirt signal mood swings. Look closely at Sheldon Cooper, and a story unfolds right on his chest. The creators of The Big Bang Theory didn't just stick Jim Parsons in any old tee. They carefully matched Sheldon's shirts to his moods, drawing cues from the Green Lantern Corps of the DC Universe. Red meant rage, blue for hope, and green, of course, for willpower. This colorful code first appeared back in the pilot episode in 2007 and carried through 12 clever seasons. When Sheldon wore yellow, you could sense caution or fear lurking underneath his deadpan lines. If you were sharp, tracking these colors let you see into Sheldon's psyche long before he ever explained. Every scene, a hint about his inner world, right there in plain sight. The wardrobe was never just a costume, it was an emotional roadmap, a little gift for devoted fans who watched every rerun on CBS. Next time you binge, watch how storylines quietly glow from Sheldon's closet. Sometimes the brightest signals are the ones we nearly miss. Number 11. There are real science consultants. While most sitcoms fake their way through technical topics, The Big Bang Theory took science seriously, right down to the scribbles on the whiteboard. Behind those rapid-fire equations and geeky debates was UCLA physicist Dr. David Saltzberg. Starting in the very first season in 2007, Dr. Saltzberg meticulously crafted each math puzzle, physics formula, and quantum quip you saw on screen. Whether Sheldon was rattling off particle physics or Rauch was struggling with astrophysics, the details checked out because Saltzberg had them covered. Each script landed in his inbox first, and those whiteboards, so often background scenery, were actually filled with college-level problems, some of which could stump even real scientists. The show became a rare blend of sharp comedy and legitimate science, helping to launch a new wave of TV authenticity. Next time you picture Sheldon ranting about string theory, remember there was an actual physicist behind every number and symbol, proof that sometimes sitcom details matter more than you think. Number 12. Mayim Bialik is a real-life neuroscientist. Sitcoms rarely blur the line between fiction and reality quite like this. When Mayim Bialik joined The Big Bang Theory in 2010 as Amy Farrah Fowler, her on-screen smarts were more than just an act. In real life, Bialik holds a doctorate in neuroscience from UCLA, earned in 2007. Just like Amy, she's done the research, logged the lab hours, and faced down the statistics. Her academic background became a secret superpower for the writers, who often called on her expertise to ensure Amy's lines and mannerisms rang true. That's why certain technical conversations between Amy and Sheldon carried a distinct spark. You were hearing real science, shaped by someone who lived it. It's a rare crossover, a moment where a beloved character's nerd cred comes straight from the actor's own achievements. For fans, knowing the person behind Amy Farrah Fowler can really diagram a neuron brings extra magic to every laugh. Next time, listen for those subtle nods to science. There's more truth to the comedy than you might think. Number 13. Theme song almost came from They Might Be Giants. Picture this. The familiar show you know, but with the quirky twang of Boss of Me blaring in the opening credits. Before the bare-naked ladies put their stamp on The Big Bang Theory, producers actually had a different sound in mind. They seriously considered using Boss of Me by They Might Be Giants, the same infectious tune that scored Malcolm in the Middle starting in 2000. Just imagine Sheldon and Leonard shuffling across the screen with that offbeat rhythm. But in the end, when the series launched on CBS in 2007, it was the bare-naked ladies' rapid-fire history lesson that set the mood, cleverly rhyming in the Big Bang. That musical pivot gave the show its distinct identity, one every sitcom fan can hum from memory. Sometimes one song can shape the whole vibe of a show. Next, find out just how deep music's influence ran behind the scenes and why these early decisions still echo through living rooms today. Number 14. Jim Parsons never saw Star Trek before the show. Picture this. Jim Parsons, embodying the essence of Sheldon Cooper, churning out Spock impressions and, Star Trek references with wild confidence in every episode of The Big Bang Theory. But here's the twist most fans never saw coming. Parsons himself had never watched Star Trek before he stepped onto the set in 2007. He admitted in interviews that his portrayal of the ultimate science geek came entirely from sharp scripts and some deeply diligent Googling, not from binge-watching reruns as a kid. The lines, the facts, and even the pointed Vulcan salute were learned by research, not nostalgia. Jim's authentic delivery was so convincing that even die-hard Trekkies were fooled. It's a reminder of just how much movie magic and hard work happens between the page and the screen. As the spotlight shifts, it becomes clear there's more to Sheldon's quirks than genius casting. It's about transforming unfamiliar worlds into your own, one Google search at a time. Number 15. Pilot episode had a different female lead. Before Penny lit up the screen with her laid-back charm, The Big Bang Theory almost looked and felt completely different. In the original unaired pilot filmed in 2006, Kaley Cuoco was nowhere to be seen. Instead, the female lead was a sharp-tongued character named Katie, played by Amanda Walsh. She exuded an edge that test audiences found jarring. Early feedback was blunt. Katie came across as too mean, too brash to bond with Leonard, Sheldon, and the rest of the crew. The creators knew something needed to change. When the show was retooled, out went Katie, and in came Kaley Cuoco as Penny, a heart-of-gold neighbor who quickly became the group's compass. That small but crucial pivot gave the sitcom its inviting warmth, drawing viewers in from the premiere in September 2007. Just imagine, a single casting decision reshaped a sitcom dynasty. With that shift, the tone softened, the laughter grew warmer, and a cultural phenomenon was born. It's amazing how much can hinge on a single audition, a test screening, or a first impression.